There are 70 different mobs in Minecraft, and I found the most interesting fact about each of them. Number 1. A wither skeleton can't normally hold a bow, but if you give it a bow, it will shoot fire arrows, even when the bow doesn't have the flame enchantment. Bats are probably the most useless mob, but believe it or not, bats have a really cool Easter egg. Every year in October, bats spawn way more frequently as an homage to Halloween. Horses can eat golden food, and there is a reason behind this. According to Mojang, it comes from the Greek myth of Arion, a super fast horse which only ate precious minerals. Back in Alpha, the only way to get wool was by fishing sheep. Shears weren't in the game, so you had to always carry a fishing rod with you. This fact is certainly cool, but we're just getting started. Frogs are soon coming to Minecraft, and they were supposed to eat fireflies. But this was changed, because real-life fireflies are poisonous to frogs. So instead, frogs will now eat small slimes and magma cubes. Tropical fish are usually overlooked and ignored, but they are more interesting than you think. There are 2700 naturally occurring variants. When you find them in the ocean, 90% of them will look like this, but 10% of them will be completely random and unique. Goats have a 2% chance of spawning as a screaming goat, which looks exactly the same, but it's way more aggressive. The pillagers didn't always look like this. The original design appeared like a pirate wearing an orange vest. Some zombified piglins have the ability to spawn reinforcements during fights, and there is a small chance that one of those mobs is a zombie, causing normal zombies to spawn in the nether. You can change the size of slimes with commands. A slime of size 256 is the largest and most terrifying mob in the game. Breeding 2 red ones has a 1 in 1024 chance to spawn a brown baby. But that's not all. A red mushroom transforms into a brown mushroom when it gets struck by lightning. Skeleton horses can be ridden underwater without any issues, because they are immune to drowning. Although you can still drown. Snow golems don't spawn naturally, or do they? If an enderman places a carved pumpkin next to 2 blocks of snow on top of each other, a snow golem will be spawned. The chances of this happening are roughly 1 in 5 trillion. If you hit a ghast fireball using a sword with the looting enchantment, any mob killed by that fireball has its drops affected by the looting. Villagers have changed a lot over the years, especially after the 1.14 update. Mojang said that the new skins were inspired by luxury brands such as Gucci. It's possible for Vexes to die in the void, since they can fly below bedrock. Moving through honey blocks seems to slow them down, and they can be pushed by slime blocks. A hostile wolf may try to jump across a 2-block gap to get to you, so it's best to keep wolves on your good side. A green llama carpet uses the face of the creeper. Purple carpet has the enderman's face, and a llama wearing a grey carpet has a mask on its face. Guardians don't need water to live, so putting one over slime blocks will make it bounce higher and higher, until each bounce brings the guardian 17 blocks high. If you think this is crazy, wait until you see the facts later in the video. The Void can kill any mob in Minecraft, except for the Ender Dragon. If the Ender Dragon gets low enough on health, she will start emitting beams of light without dying. 1.19 is giving us a lay. It can be found next to pillager outposts, trapped inside wooden cages. It can also spawn inside the jail cells within woodland mansions. In Java, Ravagers can break only leaves and crops. However, in Bedrock, they can get through a lot more than that. All types of crops, plants and flowers, mushrooms, and even turtle eggs. Naming a shulker dinner bone will make it flip, revealing a cool spiral pattern. Zombified piglins can only spawn with golden swords. Although if you take a normal piglin, transport him into the overworld and wait, you will have a zombified piglin with a crossbow. When a drowned chicken jockey spawns, it floats to the surface. This causes the drowned to burn during the day, resulting in a lonely chicken in the middle of the ocean, with a cool story to tell. A player that rides a saddled pig into a minecart receives a nice speed boost. Blazes originally didn't have eyes and just looked like a yellow rock. Jeb said eyes were added to give it more personality, and I would say it worked. The Illusioner has a really creative fight mechanic. Even if you shoot it with a spectral arrow, he will remain invisible, instead making his duplicates glow. Previous names for the Warden were Stalker and Hollow, and the textures were completely different. Endermen could be killed with a bow. They didn't teleport away. This was especially effective with the old machine gun bow. Woodland mansions have a small chance of generating a so-called fake portal room with infested cobblestone that, if broken, spawns silverfish. In 2012, Jeb was asked about turtles. His response was, "I saw more creatures turtles and got demotivated to do my own." A player made a mod pack that was so good that it intimidated the lead developer. Wow. A few weeks before the end of beta, Notch tweeted that he changed the chickens to ducks, causing a massive turmoil on Twitter. A few days later, Jeb stated that it was just a joke. Parrots start dancing when they hear a nearby jukebox, and at one point all dancing parrots started rapidly changing colors. For a while we had a parrot that basically acted like a sheep named Jeb. Spiders can see the player through solid blocks. Previously, creepers had this ability, which was really scary every time you'd open the door. So I'm glad Mojang gave it to the spiders. If the wither is fighting a blaze and the blaze tries to fly up to it, the wither keeps rising above the blaze, thus making both of them fly higher and higher. The zombie horse is another secret mob. It was added back in 1.6, and funnily enough, the model was inspired by the Mo Creatures mod. Less than 1% of players know this, but the facts at the end of the video are even more insane. The rarest mob ever is a baby husk with full diamond armor riding a brown panda. The chances of this mob spawning are about 1 in 3.4 trillion. Basically, only Dream can find these. If a normal skeleton freezes, it doesn't die. Instead, it converts into a stray. The Elder Guardian has a secret brother. This mob is named Elder Guardian Ghost. It doesn't do anything and can only be spawned using commands. The reason why Striders drop string from their white bristles was to answer the question of how do piglins make crossbows. There are unused textures named Hoglin Meat Raw and Hoglin Meat Cooked, hidden in Minecraft's code. Maybe in the future, Hoglins are going to drop a totally new type of meat. Every night, the wandering trader drinks a potion of invisibility, and if you kill him while he's drinking, there is a slight chance that he will drop the potion. The polar bear is the only mob in Minecraft whose baby variant can grow up, but the adults cannot breed. When foxes were being added into Minecraft, a funny glitch occurred where they looked like boxes. Dolphins are very unique because they are the only ocean creature that can drown. The charged creeper is very deadly. Its explosion deals the most damage out of any mob in the game. The iron golem can spawn a poppy in his hand. Adult villagers ignore him, but baby villagers slowly approach the iron golem and take the flower. There are 5 colors that an axolotl can have, but there's another color that was removed. It can be seen in the update trailer video. The Phantom's texture was bright red, but it was decided that it appears too much like a nether mob. Vindicators never spawn with armor, but we can make them wear it with the help of the dispenser, though only helmets and chest plates are visible. If a witch accidentally hits another witch with a potion, they will not start fighting. It's of course different in Bedrock, where witches attack each other all the time. There is a reason why bees are the cutest animal. The developers chose their size to be half a block, because Mojang considered this size to be the cutest, although the first bee model was anything but cute. In Minecraft, rivers are flat, but sometimes there is a small waterfall that generates nearby. That's when the salmon show off their abilities. If you were to give skeletons crossbows, they wouldn't know how to use them and couldn't fire a single arrow. Looking closely at the piglin brute's skin, you will notice the golden arm guard. That is meant to work as protection during fights and is the reason behind their high health. In 2014, rabbits came into Minecraft, but this is the second time that rabbits were added. If we go 5 years back in time to 2009, you'd see that there are rabbits randomly jumping around, although they were in the game for just 1 day. Up to 3 baby piglins may stack on top of each other while riding a baby hoglin. A husk that starts drowning converts into a normal zombie, which will convert into a drowned by staying submerged for another 30 seconds. Unlike bats, mules aren't completely useless. They are nearly as fast as horses, can carry a chest, have a decent jump height, but cannot be bred. One mob that I truly hate is the magma cube. It deals a ton of damage, moves twice as fast as other mobs, is the only native nether mob that can truly swim in water. I feel like Endermite is the mob that gets the least love by Mojang. Since 1.8, it has been tweaked only twice. Mojang didn't even bother making a custom texture, as the original texture was just a blue silverfish. Ocelots and cats are now two different mobs, but they still have one thing in common. Neither of them take fall damage, which is a reference to real-life cats who always land on their feet. And no, that's not a myth. I tested it with my own cats. The glow squid is a very interesting mob. Just kidding, it's pretty boring. The most interesting fact about it is that all glow squids are immune to knockback when out of water. Exceeding puff state 2 doesn't make the pufferfish bigger, but it does make it stronger. You can increase puff state with commands, and the only way to tell the pufferfish's strength is by the size of its shadow.